Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm super excited for this video because I'm going to be doing my Boxycharm video for the month of August. I got it in the mail. Of course, I already took a sneak peek because I'm so impatient, but I figured we could go ahead and do a little try on and just talk through the products because I feel like this month is pretty exciting. Of course, I've got a hair in the box, but I'm super excited to test some of these products out. I mean, all of them, but there's like one in particular that I'm like dying to use on my face right now, so I figured it'd be a fun video to go ahead and film today. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the little cheat sheet out of here. The first thing that I'm going to be using today is from Wander Beauty, and this is their Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil, which just looks like this, and I'm super excited about this because, for one, it just sounds perfect. Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. Like, I'm all about illumination. Also, I die for the packaging. It's the same type of packaging as the Touch of Soul primer that we got like 2 months back. Oh gosh, I forgot to mention really quickly, sorry, that I do receive this box SPR every month, and I am affiliated with Boxycharm. I have an affiliate link down below in case you ever want to sign up. Just wanted to, I always try to remember to mention that, but my brain today is apparently not working. But anyways, this is the same packaging as the Touch of Soul. I think it was like called the Priming Essence, and I love that. I've been using it every single day. It's become part of my everyday makeup routine. So that made me even more excited about that because I just love this packaging, and it's so easy to just do a little drip, and just rub it. I don't know. I think the packaging is just perfect. So just gonna go ahead. This is definitely a lot thicker than the Touch of Soul one, and it's like bright pink. So this retails for, oh my gosh, it retails for $42. That's crazy. I did not realize it was that expensive. I believe Wander Beauty is cruelty free. It smells good. Almost like it has like the tiniest touch of rose to it. It says this multitasking beauty elixir instantly hydrates and absorbs into the skin, revealing a bouncy, youthful complexion no matter what skin type you have. The lightweight, powerful formula nourishes and primes the skin and helps to restore skin's moisture barrier while providing a youthful glow. The spill-proof dropper allows you to use it 1 drop at a time. Alright, so after rubbing it in, it feels like it would actually kind of be a good primer because it kind of got tacky. And it feels like plump on the skin, but it's not as soft like the Touch and Soul priming one. I know this isn't a primer, it's a oil, but the Touch and Soul one just makes your skin feel baby soft, so that's why I'm so obsessed with it. But I could see using this probably maybe to mix in with foundation or to use just as on its own as an oil. I will definitely keep testing it out. So overall it feels nice. Doesn't feel like $42 nice, but I'll keep using it and let you know. Alright, so the next thing in the box is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I was so excited when I saw that this was in the box. It retails for $39, and it says this weightless powder sets and refreshes makeup for a silky smooth invisible finish. Formulated with 50% water and glycerin, this powder creates a mist-like sensation on the skin for a seamless finish and comfortable feel. So this is the powder that's supposed to feel wet on the skin, which I'm so excited to try. I feel like in the back of my mind I remember this not working for fair skin. I think I saw some reviews that it oxidizes on fair skin, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. I'm not going to pull it out yet. I figured I'd go ahead and do some foundation really quickly and then a little bit of concealer. I thought I might even do a different concealer on each eye just because, for one, I'm not going anywhere, so who cares if my concealer doesn't match, and also I just want to see how the powder works on 2 different concealers and see if it makes a difference. I'm using my Tarte foundation that I'm almost out of, so I'm like trying to get like the last drops, but like not that much is coming out, so I'm going to be doing a super natural foundation look today, apparently. Alright, so for concealer today, on one eye, I'm going to go into my Kylie Skin Concealer in the shade Pearl. So that'll be this eye. I think you'll be able to tell because this one's a bit lighter. And then on the other, I'm going to go in with the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer in the shade 100, which I'm also almost out of, so I'm like squeezing that last tiny bit. Okay. Alright, concealer is all blended in, so let's go ahead and test out the powder. Becca is cruelty free in case you did not know. So here's what it looks like. The color, I already pulled this out before, and the color doesn't look bad. I think it's supposed to be, what does it say? I don't even think it says a color on it. I think it's supposed to be like translucent, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm very, very nervous. All right, it says keep me closed to keep me cool. All right, so there's what the inside looks like there. There's a little bit of netting. I just like have to touch it with my finger. I mean, it feels like powder when I touch it with my finger. I'm gonna go ahead, grab my brush, just grabbing a little bit. I'm starting, oh yeah, it does feel like the brush is wet. That's kind of crazy. Gonna go ahead and set. This side is the Kylie concealer. That does feel really funny. It feels like I just soaked my brush in water. I mean, honestly, it looks like I didn't even set it. Like, as far, like, it does not look like I even laid powder down, and it didn't get super dark or anything. I swear I saw somewhere that it oxidizes like crazy. That actually looks really, really good. Huh. It's kind of funny because I was just so excited to try this powder, but I had a feeling it wouldn't work for me, so I didn't even want to get my hopes up. But now let's try the BH Cosmetics side. I feel like that side I can see it looks a little bit darker. I guess I can tell a tiny little bit of difference on this side. Like, it definitely didn't brighten underneath my eyes, but it does not look bad by any means. Like, the color is just a little bit darker, but the texture looks pretty good. And my brush just feels so cool. Like, oh, that's so crazy to me, because when you touch it with your finger, like, it doesn't feel wet at all. Doesn't smell like anything. All right, I'm excited about it. I will definitely keep using it, which is kind of fun because I've gotten to a point, because I have not tried any new powders in a hot minute, where I was getting a little bored. So, all right, so I'm definitely really excited about that. I think it feels like such a cool powder. My under eyes feel so smooth, but it does not look like there's any powder underneath there. That's crazy. Huh. All right, I like it. I like it. Definitely curious to see how that wears. Alright, so next for eyes, I already did my brows and threw on some eye primer, and there is a Glimmer Shadow Duo here from Ace Beauté, and it retails for $25, so these look awfully familiar. They remind me a lot of ColourPop Super Shock shadows just from the packaging, because, I mean, they look the exact same, and then the inside kind of has like that little imprint through it. So there's two shades here. There's the shade Ice Latte, which, I mean, it looks pretty. It's like a really glittery bronzy shade, but it's something I would never see myself using a lot on a regular basis, so I'm going to go ahead and not open it and pass it on to a friend. But the other shade is right up my alley, which is Cotton Candy. Of course, you can see I already opened this one. It looks beautiful, so let me just go ahead and swatch it. Ooh, hoo, 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 this shade. Oh, it looks gorgeous. That pinky warm duochrome. I'm about it. I am so about it. Okay. So there's what that looks like. It has like sparkles through it. It's really beautiful. So since that is just one metallic shade, I thought it would be fun to go ahead and use a palette that I got previously in Boxycharm. I actually have a few Boxycharm items to finish up the rest of my face, but I have the Alamar Cosmetics Reina del Caribe palette, and I figure I could go ahead and use some of these mattes to fill in and use Cotton Candy today, although I might even just, I guess maybe I'll just use like 2 mattes because I don't want to do anything crazy. I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with Cocoa Taxi. And I'm just going to throw that right into my crease as my transition shade. I feel like my brows are looking so rough today, but let's not even talk about it. I think I'm going to go ahead and go into Guantanamera right here, which reminds me of White Chicks every time. I eat a Guantanamera. Oh my gosh, I haven't watched that in forever. Just going to go ahead and throw that in my outer V. Not even going to do a lot, just going to kind of lightly buff it out and call it a day. I'm just going to go ahead and throw a little bit of that shade along the lower lash line just to match. Grabbing a little bit more of Cocoa Taxi and popping that onto the front of the lower lash line and then kind of blending it into the outer part. Alright, so now I'm going to go into Cotton Candy and I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up on my finger. Cannot get over how beautiful it is, so I'm just going to go ahead and tap that. Oh my gosh, it is the most beautiful rose gold. So much sparkle. I love this shade. To finish off this look, I'm just going to go ahead and pop a little bit of La Costa on my inner corner. Alright, so next in the box is from Tarte, and this is their Big Ego Mascara, which looks like this. I've personally never tried this mascara before. It retails for $23. It's vegan, and Tarte is also cruelty-free. It says that it's supposed to deliver a fully loaded flutter for up to 16 hours. So, I mean, the before and after looks pretty dramatic. I'm excited to try it. And this is actually kind of perfect timing. It's the shade Black because I always have two mascaras open at one time. Normally I have one mascara here in like my little space where I film, and then I have another with my like makeup bag when I just like throw on a quick face. I just like to have two mascaras open because it's so much easier because I normally have two separate sets of products for everything else. So two's normally what I try and do, except I have a blue mascara open, but that doesn't count. And the one that I've been using that's upstairs, I absolutely hate. I despise. It's the worst mascara, but I keep using it every single day. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it with this one if it doesn't stink. So, oh my gosh, look at that packaging. It is like neon pink. That's intense. Oh, right. I was not expecting that. I'm just going to go ahead and... oh gosh, okay. It's got a really, really big wand. Kind of reminds me of the Better Than Sex wand a little bit. Just gonna go ahead and throw that on my lashes, and I'll be right back in a moment to tell you if I hate it or not. Alright, so there's one coat. I think it looks okay. It definitely doesn't look like their before and after. I'm curious if they don't have it listed how many coats they did there. I'm gonna go ahead and do a second layer. Alright, so there's how it looks with two coats, and I think it looks good. I like it. I'm not blown away. I mean, I will definitely use this completely. I will finish it, but it's not something I would see repurchasing at this point, but it's also brand new, so sometimes you have to kind of go through the life of a mascara to decide how much you really like it or don't like it. I'm going to go ahead and grab a black liner and just throw that in my tight line to make my lashes look a little fuller. Alright, we've got one more product, but I figured I would go ahead and finish up my face real quick, and I would use a few products that I've got from Boxycharm over time. So first off, just shaking this. This is the Temp 2 bronzer, and it's the shimmer bronzer. I'm not sure if there's any other shade to it, but I got this in Boxycharm forever ago, and it takes so long to use up because it's so pigmented. I literally take a tiny little drop, and that's it. And then I'll use my sponge, and I'll use that to bronze and just blend it in with my sponge. So I only set just underneath my eyes with the powder, so I figured it would be okay to go in for the rest of my face with some cream products. This would blend better if my sponge was wet, but I'm too lazy to go wet it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take the Pure Cheek Stain in the shade Rosé, which I also got in Boxycharm. No! Come back. Okay, this one's at like its end, so I'm just going to go ahead and push it back in. Goodness gracious. Okay, there's only a little bit left of this blush. I got this in Boxycharm forever ago when I was subscribed myself. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the apples of my cheeks. It's going to look pretty crazy at first. But then the other side has this handy dandy little brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in. And then for highlighter, I'm going to go ahead and use the Steve Laurent Jelly Highlighter in the shade Cotton Candy, which I got in Boxycharm, I think maybe like 2 months back. And I used this a few times as like a highlighter for my décolletage, but I haven't tried it on my face yet. Apparently I can't get it open, but it feels really cool. It has a very interesting texture to it, and it has a really, really beautiful shine. Look at that. So pretty. It's kind of funny because the name is Cotton Candy, and that's the same name as the eyeshadow that I used today. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my finger And I'm just going to kind of pat this on the tops of my cheekbones. Ooh, has a little bit of like deep bronziness to it. I'm just going to kind of blend it in as like a cheek topper. But that shine is really pretty. I like the formula of this. I'd be curious if they have any other shades. Alright, last but not least, for this month's box, also from Steve Laurent, which is the same brand that the Jelly Highlighter is from, is a lip liner, and it says that it retails for $15. I have the shade Chic, and it just looks like a brownish lip liner, so let me just go ahead and open this up. Realistically, I probably shouldn't be opening this because it's like, do I need another lip liner? Probably not, but I'm curious. So there's what it looks like. It is a pencil lip liner. Oh, wait, it's like a deep brown. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would be a little bit lighter. Actually, really quickly, I'm curious to double check if Steve Laurent is cruelty-free. So the first thing that shows up is that they are Leaping Bunny certified. So I think that they are cruelty-free. I'm just going to go ahead and apply this. I'm so confused. That swatch initially looked so dark, and on my lips it looks very, very natural. I don't know if you can tell that it's kind of doing that thing where it like flakes. Okay, I don't like the formula of this. It is very drying, which I could get past, but it just like flakes as you do it, and it like stuck to some parts of my lips and other parts not so much. I like the color overall, but I feel like it just like, ugh, I don't know. It's just, it's very, very flaky, very dry. It's stuck to like the dry parts of my lips, very, very weird. I'm just gonna use the Dose of Colors over the top gloss and see if that helps. You can still see where the lip liner just stuck to that one part. It looks like this brown line, which, like, granted, yes, I normally have dry lips, but that looks so weird. I've never seen a lip liner do that. Even as I'm applying gloss over it, it's literally not blending in. Okay, so that is the finished look today. I'm going to go ahead and calculate how much this month's box is. So we've got $39 for the powder, $42 for the, oh geez, not $4,000. Okay, let's go back. Let's start over. $42 for the oil, $23 for the mascara, $25 for the shadow duo, and then $15 for the lip liner. So the total value of this month's box is $144, which is pretty good. For me, I think that it's worth it because the products that I really liked this month would have to be, even though like I'm still not sure exactly about this, I'm really excited about the experience to try it and use it, and I really like the packaging, so I'm really excited that was in the box. And then the mist. So these two products alone were the most exciting to me, and that's like $80 almost. So definitely worth the box for those two. Even if this powder alone is something you've been wanting, the box could be worth it. I'm not sure if this is something that everyone's getting. I think maybe it is, but I can't tell you 100%. Also, mascara is always so nice to get because most people use mascara daily, so I appreciate that. I'm sure that someone out there, one of my neutral loving friends is going to end up loving this shadow. I don't know where I put the cotton candy one, but I really like it. I think it's beautiful. It's not something I would have bought myself just because I try and stay away from buying single shadows like this because I just don't tend to get use out of them. But I mean, it looks so beautiful and glittery on the lid, so I really love the color that I ended up getting. Cotton candy, it's beautiful. And then the lip liner for me is just a fail. I wish I hadn't even used it, honestly. It does not feel like a $15 lip liner. I'm not a big fan. Maybe I could just sharpen it some and pass it off to someone else who will like it a lot more than I do because I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think it's worth $15, but everything else in the box I thought was really awesome. So that's everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!